Let's be honest. Insurance isn't sexy part of the CPG business, but it is a thing that keeps your business alive and keeps your business from going under when there's random stuff that happens or something crazy that does happen. Remember, it's insurance in case happens. One random allergic reaction, one shipping fire, and one time without insurance, your whole dream could really disappear overnight. I'm going to walk you through exactly what types of insurance you need as a CPG founder, because it's important to know how much they cost and when to get them. That's why you have me. Yes, we're back again, once again, Mr. CPG 101, Eric, and I help founders turn tips and ideas into something where they can take their brand to the next level and be successful while growing their new CPG brand. If you're launching a food, beverage, or skincare line or anything, this episode's a must-watch for you, because insurance isn't optional. It's a part of being retail ready. That's one thing you have to make sure. You've got to have insurance to be retail ready. Please make sure you have that. This episode will be our CPG Insurance 101. Policies that will protect you. And in this episode, you'll understand why insurance matters and why you should always make sure you research before you get any kind of insurance as well too. We're going to be doing all that in sum. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also share this video, and make sure you also save this video as well too. You can come back to it and know about all the different policies that you should be informed with and know about as well when running a CPG business. CPG Insurance 101. The policies that protect you and why insurance matters in CPG. Let's make sure we dig deep into it. CPG brands deal with physical products. They deal with people, and that causes a risk. What does that mean? That means a customer could get sick from an ingredient in your product and then sue you. Or your shipment could get damaged in transit, and that means you're out of that product. A co-packer could mess up a batch and still bill you for it. Yes, these are the type of things that happen. You have to remember, insurance isn't just about paperwork. It's your safety net when everything goes sideways or some things go sideways. Without it, you're the one paying for the mistake. You want to make sure you have the insurance to protect yourself. Step 1. Since we always do everything in steps, you got to remember this. Product liability insurance. Have you ever heard of it? Product liability insurance. This is the number one policy every CPG founder needs. And let me explain what it does and how it helps you. It protects you if your product causes any harm, illness, or injury, or any foodborne illness or contamination that can happen to it, an allergic reaction, packaging defect, or even a label misprint, because label misprints do happen sometimes. Most retailers and co-packers require this before they'll even work with you, but it's good to have it before you even go into stores, even if you're just selling at farmers markets or anything like that. Your coverage amount should be about 1 to 2 million per year per occurrence, and it should be a 2 to 4 million aggregate. The cost per year could be about 400 to 600, and it all depends on the startup. Some startups may be 400 to 1500. It all depends on how big your company is and what's going on. You got to know the difference between a minor scare and a 6-figure lawsuit, because if you don't have the proper insurance, you could be facing a 6-figure lawsuit, especially if people know that you're selling, doing well, or they think you don't have any money. They'll come for you and the whole company. Like I said, the prices range between 400 all the way to 1500, depending on what all you want, what all it protects, the severity of what you're looking for. I know some people just paying 400 to 600 a year, and I know people paying more because they have different layers to cover so many different stuff, just in case something was to happen. Step 2, general liability coverage. General liability coverage. So this covers accidents that may randomly happen outside of your product. You're probably like, Eric, accidents happen outside my product. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, let me give you an example like I do. Someone slips and falls at your trade show booth. Who's responsible? You or them? It'll be you. You damage someone else's property during delivery. Who's going to cover that? A vendor claims you caused a loss at their facility. That's kind of going back and forth, but you just never know. Why it matters? Because many co-packers and commercial kitchens require it. You need to have it, you need to protect yourself, and you want to just make sure you're always on the safe end. The typical coverage is about $1 million per occurrence, of course, and is often bundled with your product liability in it, especially if you're a business owner. You have a business owner policy and it's often bundled in there. You want to get them together. Here's another pro tip for you. Ask your insurance agent for a certificate of insurance naming partners as additional insured, because just in case something happens, you have additional people insured and you're good to go, and you have it under the business name and not your name. We want everything to be in the business name. You want to be paying for it in the business name. You know, everything to be in the business name. Step three, commercial property insurance. Yes, are you using a commercial property? If so, you need insurance. Yes. If you store inventory, samples, or equipment, even in your garage, you need property insurance. Everybody needs a property insurance. You got property insurance right now with your house, just in case something happens. Because what it does, it covers fire, theft, vandalism, equipment like fridges, mixers, or computers breaking down or catching on fire or anything like that, raw ingredients, and finished goods. You always got to think about what if. So you got to make sure you have it. Homeowners policies do not cover business inventory, because they'll start asking questions and they'll be like, that's not really a homeowner, that's a business. What's the price per year? It ranges on between $300 to almost $1,000. Like I said before, it's all about how much you want for your policy. If you want a small 10, 20, 30, or if you want 100,000 or more, then the price will go up when it comes to this insurance. Step 4, workers' compensation. If a worker gets hurt on the job, if you even have one employee, whether they be part-time, full-time, or an intern, most states require workers to have workers' comp. And due to workers' comp, it could cost so many people. Because of this, a lot of people use contract workers so they won't have to be responsible if they get hurt, and responsible for the cost if something happens to their small business. Because worker compensation, it covers medical bills, lost wages, and rehab if someone gets injured on the job at your company. Even if your team works in a shared kitchen or office, you're responsible for them. If they fall, hit their arm, hit their leg, whatever it may be, you're responsible for them. Pro tip, some contractors may require proof of your workers' comp before working with you. Did you know that? Some people may be like, hey, do you have workers' comp? No, we can't work with you if you ain't got workers' comp for your workers. That's the reason why I said in the beginning, a lot of people that have CPG brands have contract workers. They won't be responsible for the workers' comp. It could be very pricey to take care of them, to manage them. God forbid they get hurt on the job. That's even going to be even more. Step 5, cargo and transit insurance. And it's exactly how it sounds. If you ship product between co-packers, warehouses, or retailers, this is crucial. You have to remember that things do happen. Cargo insurance protects your goods in transit via FedEx, Expo Logistics, freights, or any kind of pallets that you send. Why it matters is because freight carries only a cover of the fraction of your product's value. It doesn't give you the whole thing, and it's often just by weight. Only by weight you get a percentage. Let's just say, example, If your pallet costs $15,000 and it gets lost, the carrier only pays 50 cents per pound. You losing big. It only pays 50 cents per pound. That's a lot. This type of insurance costs between usually about $800 to $1,600 per year. So it all depends on how much you're willing to pay, how much you want it covered, if you want the full thing covered or if you want the bare minimum covered. But if I'm you and I'm only getting 50 cents per pound, I want the full thing covered. If I'm sending someone $15,000 worth of bars or drinks or whatever, I want the full thing covered. Step 6, professional and cyber liability. Some businesses don't have it, some businesses do have it, but if you sell online or store customer data, cyber insurance is your digital safety net. You will definitely need it because you don't want to leak and have to pay people out. It covers data breaches and hacks. It also covers fraudulent charges or phishing losses that can happen. A lot of people get those. Legal costs from digital security failures, because sometimes things happen and you have to pay out. You have to remember, professional liability helps if you're consulting or creating educational content under your brand, because anything can happen when you start taking money online. You have to remember, even small CPG brands get targeted. You have to make sure you have the proper insurance to protect yourself and understand. When it comes to this type of insurance, it's really small. It usually ranges between almost $200 to $1,500. It all depends on how much payout you want and how much security you want for what you're doing online and how much you want to pay as well, just like with anything. Step 7, how to shop for CPG insurance. You gotta make sure you have the right game plan. Start with a broker who understands food and beverage. That's if you want to start with a broker. Understand bundle policies. Liability plus property plus product saves you 10 to 20% a year. Ask for additional insurance certificates for every co-packer or retailer you deal with so that you can make sure they're insured. Review coverage annually as you grow so you're not constantly paying out more when you could be switching to go somewhere else. You gotta remember, your needs evolve with your distribution, and it also changes with your sales and your volume and how things go up over time. You have to make sure that you know exactly what insurances you need, and you might need to understand what insurance you need to keep, or you need to add on, or you need to add more money to the policy to protect you. You can get a broker, you could just Google it yourself and save yourself money, which a lot of people do that have a CPG brand. They just Google it themselves, like Google it, and they'll be good to go. Just remember those things when it comes to adding different policies as you grow, and then making sure that you have the right policies to protect your CPG business as you continue to grow each year with more people or more things or more shipments or more volume. Let's recap our CPG insurance checklist so that you can understand everything and you make sure you have all the insurances you need. Product liability, non-negotiable, gotta have it, gotta have it. General liability, what does that mean? It protects you from accidents that may happen. Property insurance protects your stuff. Remember that, property insurance protects your stuff. Workers' comp protects your team or anyone you just hired, or you could just hire all contractors so you don't have to worry about getting workman's comp. That way you're not responsible for them. Any way it goes. Workman's comp protects your team, hire all contractors, don't have to worry about them. Cargo, transit, policies, insurance protects your shipments. Cyber professional protects your data and all the information that you get from payments from people. You gotta remember this important thing that I'm about to tell you. You don't need all of these insurances on day one when building out your CPG brand. Just continue to add the insurances as you grow. If you need this, add the insurance. If you need that, add the insurance. If you don't add it. You'll know what you need. All you have to do is continue to ask questions and look around, and just remember to save this video so you can go back and see. But day one, you don't need all these insurances. Day one, you could just be you and figure things out. And as you start putting together your product, selling it, then you start adding the insurances. Please remember that you don't need 45 insurances on day one of building out your CPG brand. You just don't. I'm not here to scare you or do any of those fear tactics, but I am here to help you get the freedom you need. Because when you're protected, you can scale with confidence. Because when you're not protected, we all know how that goes. You're scaling, but you're nervous and hoping nothing happens. Because, like we always say, piss poor performance equals piss poor planning. You didn't plan, and because you didn't plan, you got a piss poor performance. Or you could say piss poor planning gives you a piss poor performance. However which way you want to go. At the end of the day, you got piss poor because you didn't plan and you didn't perform correctly. But if we plan correctly in advance, knowing that we need insurance, then we can perform at the top of our game for our CPG brand. Yes, please remember, you do need insurance. Protect your CPG brand. Protect your legacy. Protect the generational wealth that you want to build with your brand and that you can do by making sure you just do the simple things by having insurance. A small little $200 or $300 policy could save you 6 or 7 figures paying out. That's how you have to equate it to. Something $200 saving you X amount of dollars 7 times over. Yes. If anybody's asking me that, yes, I will do that. I will pay the $200 or $300 so I can save myself and paying out 7 figures for anything that could happen. I know it's insurance in case something happens, but you just want to be on the right side in case something wild does happen. This has been another episode of CPG 101. Please like below. Like I always say, leave any comments below. If you have insurance, what kind of insurance do you have? Leave in the comments below what kind of insurance you have. Or if you want to suggest some good insurance for people below that they could check out, if you want to give them a referral. If you want to give someone a good referral, leave it in the information below. Because like I say all the time, this is a community. We're here to share tips. We're here to share good information so that we can help everybody grow their CPG business to the next level so that you can go full-time with it. Or if you're already full-time, so you can go to the next level with it, get more funding, and just make it the thing that you want to be. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you pass this video around to all your CPG friends who may be just starting out, that don't know nothing about insurance, and they're wondering if they should. This video gives you the checklist of all the insurances they need to know about, they need to check out, and they need to have, especially when they're starting out. Get one, and then as they grow, get more and more insurances depending on what your business needs. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you for subscribing. And remember, this has been CPG 101 with your boy, Eric.